Jen, your Pudgy Picker, freezing in my office. Mr. Pudgy Picker likes it cold in our house, so now that our AC's back on, I'm freezing. But that's a story for another day. So I went to the charity shop, the Cancer Society one that is located in Chardon, Ohio. It's a little bit of a drive for me and my hubby, but it was a Saturday, and the half-price sale they do every month, the last week of the month, and I have notifications on my phone, so I get a little ding and it lets me know when the sale is starting. And it was Saturday. I thought it was Friday, but I'm glad I got the notification later that day, because that's a decent drive to get there and it's not half off. So I didn't buy a ton of stuff. I did so much better last time, and it was the last day of the sale. So I don't know, maybe I should go out the last day of the month. They keep filling and still doing that as the sale goes on. But it's crazy. I got all that stuff last time, and then now I just got a little small amount. Kind of sad. But anyway, let's jump on this. So I spent $23.48, so it would have been double that normally. So any of the price tags will be half off. So I think the only thing I got for myself, and I found two of them, is two Time and True size 20 extra large, two of these purple tank tops. Really cute tie-dye. They are exactly the same. But I need a few because I like to lay out in the sun. I wear them occasionally out of the house, but not that often. But yeah, I gotta keep that tan going, you know? So yeah, these were $4 each, so I basically paid $4 for both. It's funny. I always do this, and it's weird. I buy a lot of two of everything. And at this haul, I'm just looking at my stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I see several things I bought two of. So the next two items are these brand new rhinestone pins. They are the same. They're like a rose gold with rhinestones. So I paid $4 for both because they were two each, half price. And then, you know, you can wear them on a hat or on a scarf or on a coat, a jacket, whatever. So I thought those were nice. I will put them in my own retail wrapping before they go out to the store. Another two items. These were $1 each, so I paid $1 for both. And they are these adorable little teacup, and they got little cherries on them. Isn't that sweet? And they had a succulent or something, so I'll just put something in there and then take them to my store. Oh, they're so cute. So yeah, another two. Strange. Another two items I got were these for $1 each. They are York wallpaper border, 5 yards, so it'd be 10 yards for both. They are the same style, and it kind of looks, let me see here. Yeah, I end up opening one usually if I have a lot, because I want to make sure that I get good pictures of them. There we go. So I'll leave it there. So it looks like a, what do they call it? Primitive. So we have apples and, what is that, a duck, geese, goose. And yeah, so that's the repetitive pattern. Isn't that cute? I love the colors in it. It's funny, people are like, who puts up wallpaper border anymore? People put up wallpaper border. In fact, I had some just sell last week, and they were, they look like the old style hot air balloons, and I had 3 rolls, and they sold for over $30. So people are interested in them, strangely enough. Let me glue this back. So yeah, so those two should do pretty good. And York is a decent brand. Again, two more ceramic bears. So I noticed he has a flaw. He is pretty old, but he does have a crack on his belly, if you see that. Sorry to show your underside there, darling. And I see one here too. So it's not a problem. I only paid, this was $3, so I paid $1.50. But somebody would love this even if it is damaged. think about that. If you have something you're like, oh, it's a high end, or I buy it and I'm going to sell it and it's perfect, and then either it gets chipped in your custody or somehow you missed a flaw on it, that's okay. Just put, our mall allows us to put as is. That means look for there is a flaw and then price it accordingly. A lot of people who like to collect things or are drawn to things are kind of get excluded out of the market because everything, a lot of stuff is pristine condition and very expensive. Let's say, for instance, and I'm just giving you an example, let's say this bear in perfect condition is worth $60. Somebody would love to have this, but they're not gonna, I mean, with a flaw like that, I could charge much less and make somebody happy in the meantime. So keep that in mind. Just because something has a flaw, if you can get it for a really good price and it's a really interesting piece, go ahead and pick it up. It's worth it. And then this little guy, I thought at first he was a salt and pepper shaker, but that's just a little dot on his back I gotta clean off. So he was $2, and I paid $1. So people love animals, so these will go on my animal shelf. My most popular things that I sell, turtles, frogs, horses, dogs, cats. Those are some of the favorites, and even some of the strange ones. I had one that was it was a brass figurine of a, what do you got, an ostrich. And I'm like, somebody's gonna buy that. Now I know brass is very popular right now, but you know, get something a little bit different if you can. And I sell animal figurines all the time. So, and it's funny because I found a ton of them and I kept restocking my shelf, and now it's that shelf is a little thin. I have one shelf that is just dogs, and then the bottom one below that. If you go back to my videos, or if you look in my playlists, you'll see my booth tours. So you can look at one and you'll see how I have it set up. So these will go out to my booth. Now, maybe this isn't fair to say, it's not a figurine, but it is a polar bear. It was $1, so I paid 50 cents for this darling. Isn't he cute? I've seen a ton of these. Ones that I see all the time are like the little cat that's curled up. They do have them in clear and other colors. So those are more common, I think. But I think this polar bear one should do really well. He doesn't really have any markings on him, so I'll look him up just in case. When I come in, I set everything down and I do a video, and then I do my research. And then if I'm going to sell it on eBay, I write out my description price and how much it's going to take to ship it weight-wise. And then I put it in my closet, and then I pull that out when I'm ready to eBay list. If it's something for my booth, then it gets priced here at my desk. It goes into my handy dandy little old lady push cart, and I take it out to my space. Now, if it needs a little bit of attention, or I want to pair it with something else, or it's a seasonal item, then it goes down to my basement where I store it, fix it up, do what I got to do to get it where it needs to go. So I have a whole system. I've been doing this so long that I've gotten really good at it. So the next item was $6 and I paid $3, and it's this very interesting egg, and it almost has like these horn shaped blue and white, and then there's it looks like a little pot in the bottom therein. So I thought that was pretty cool. So again, I will do research on that and decide where that goes. Usually when I pick anything up, I always do this, is there any chips, any sharp spots? Because you need to know that, because it's going to matter when you price it. Now, this is an item that I'm going to probably take down to my basement and use it for a project. Recently I had the video where I did the bird cages that I had, and I did several with flowers and a teacup and other things. I saw these and I thought couple old books, and this would be perfect in one of those. And it is these beautiful vintage gloves. So they got these diamond little, what do they call those? When you're doing needlework, they are French knots. So I thought those were just too sweet. They're in very good condition. They were originally $3, so I paid $1.50 for these. So I figure if I have these And then I have them laying across like a book or something in the birdcage. It should look nice. So yeah, so that will go downstairs to go for a project. I always look at their fabric. They have this store is in Chardon. If you're ever in that neck of the woods, you should check it out. It is very, very, very well organized. It's really easy to find stuff. Even their crafting area just isn't like chucked on a shelf. They have a shelving unit, and on both sides they have bins that say, you know, paper, scrapbooking paper, stickers, you know, other stuff, felt, regular fabric, and then they have another area that's, you know, knitting needles and crochet hooks, and so it's all really broken down. So if you're only interested in one particular thing, you can find it pretty easy. So I looked through the fabric, didn't really find anything, but I did find, it's so cute. It is called the Kids Corner, and it's like a heavier fabric. Not a canvas, but definitely heavier than a regular cotton mix. And there's the back. So this one, I think they took out the tying the shoe part. That's what's cut out. But this is the clock. And then it tells you, of course, along the top how to put it together. And it says, learn to tell time. These are vintagey things. These do really well. I will look this up and, you know, make sure it's not worth anything more expensive. I don't really see, if you notice, you can't really see here. Along the top, they usually have writing along this edge. And it looks like something was cut there. So it says cut here. So this, when they did the stars was the other panel. So there is no maker's mark on here, but I will look this up. I had a whole bunch of the ones that made little kid books. About half of them were Christmas, and other ones were like animals and counting. And I sold those for probably $10 to $15 each. And I had a huge box I bought for like $5. And I still have some, but I keep selling them. So this one was $2, so I paid $1. These I've sold before. They're cute. They're just kind of a novelty item. They're called face coasters, and it's a coaster that you put your food on, but here's basically what it looks like. So you put it up to your nose. Yeah. I guess you have to have a few drinks to enjoy this particular item for your bar. So it's called Gentleman's Club is the name brand. It was $2. I paid $1. So I don't know, probably $5, $6, but I'll look it up. This item, I thought, oh, that's a vintage kit. And then I said, holy cow, that's really a vintage kit. It is a Busilla Christmas needlecraft. It is a little felt pieces that make these little stockings, and they have sequins and all the stuff you need. Now, I know of a lot of stores that used to be around when I was a kid, and I've never heard of this one. So let me know down in the comments if you have heard of the store. It's got an old tag from Foley's, F-O-L-E-Y-S, Foley's. And look at the the punch card tag on there. Isn't that funny? Oh, so evidently this said it was like 99 cents or something. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I'm definitely going to keep this tag on because that's cool. So this was $1, so I paid 50 cents. Again, unopened. Last time I went, if you remember or saw that video, there was several Christmas ones in there, and some of those were going for some really high money. So I was very happy. I think I already got those listed, maybe. And then 2 more items. Whenever I buy canes or handmade canes that are like a stick or a walking stick, I try to at least just clean them up a little bit and put like a new rubber foot on them, because those get dried up and they come off real easy. Now I have some of the regular standard cane sizes, but these are a little bit smaller. This is leg tips. So I have a container that I'll put these in. And then when I get something or get a project, I can see if I have something to fit. Unless, I think there was one I did that was a bamboo, and on the bottom it had like a little brass cap on it. So I left that one alone because, of course, somebody might be looking for that. Last item I got, and I know, tell me, don't buy so many lampshades. This one will definitely fit something. It clips right onto the light bulb, and I have several of the Edison bulbs that are real pretty to look at. So I will throw this on a lamp and take it out. I had all my lamps pulled up to the front in the main area, right along the aisle in my antique mall, but I ended up moving them all the way in the back on top of a big shelving unit, and I had 3 hanging lamps. 2 of the hanging lamps have sold, and one of the ones up in the back has sold. Now I have most of those plugged in because I think lamps sell much better when people can see them lit up. So this lampshade was only, get it off of here, it was only $4, so I paid $2 for it. I thought that would be really nice, and it's kind of a different design. It looks newer, but it could be paired with an older lamp. So people will buy older lamps if they don't have shades, if they're very unique or they're, you know, people really want them. A lot of times sets of 2 sell better than 1. So you don't know. Look in your own antique mall and see what it goes for. So that's all that I got for you today. You just saw tater or beans leave. I appreciate you tuning in. I will see you guys next time. Remember to leave a thumbs up, comment down below, and get out there and find some good stuff. And I'll see you next time. Happy picking. Bye.